Hey everyone, welcome to the Actors Vault. I'm Josh. I'm an actor and model, host, producer here in New York City. So I got into more voiceover work during the pandemic because we had a lot of time on our hands. So I wanted to set up a professional voiceover booth in my house here in New York City, apartment. But I didn't want to spend a lot of money. You can get a whisper booth for $5,000, I think the cheapest, and then time you get all your equipment, you're spending $10,000 to get set up. Voiceover work is great work, but it's not the easiest industry to get into. So I want to show you here today how to set up a voiceover booth that's effective, and you can get voiceover work that's professional for around $500. Big savings. Here, come into my voiceover booth. All right, the first thing you need is a quiet place. A closet will work, but I don't have a closet big enough for me to fit in. So I had to build my own little kind of voiceover booth using moving blankets. It's the easiest way to help block sound. So take a look. Once I got my moving blankets up, you can pick these up on Amazon, like a 4 or 6 pack for pretty inexpensive. I got mine for free. Somebody was moving next door and they were getting rid of some of their moving blankets. I was like, can I have those? So win-win. The other thing that I use to help with the sound is a portable whisper booth. I picked that up on Amazon for, I want to say like $40. This also helps with sound if you don't have the moving blankets. Let me show you that. So this is the portable whisper booth I was telling you about, guys, that I picked up on Amazon. This can sit on a desk, or in my case, I put it on a mic stand and had it come up, and that is where my mic is sitting. This just helps with sound quality. I even threw some cardboard on the outside of it for a little more insulation. I'm in New York City, which is not quiet, and I'm in a basement, so there's all kinds of sounds that I have to make sure I try to block out. And it just sits in there. I apologize for the lighting in here, guys. That's a little harsh light. It's just a floodlight I have over there. Again, inexpensive. So this is just a smaller version of a full whisper booth that you would go to in a studio to record in, or that you could buy for $5,000 to $10,000 that you're completely engulfed in. This one is just an easier way to just put your mic in and be able to get quality sound at an inexpensive price. So, step 1, soundproof wherever you're at and try to be in the quietest place possible. 2, now you need the equipment. Let me show you what I have and something that you can get. You want a condenser mic that plugs into a preamp. The mics that come that are USB, like I think it's called Blue Yeti, that plug into your computer, they do a good job nowadays. They've come a long ways. But if you're a professional voiceover artist, you really don't want to use those. In a pinch, when you're on vacation and you need to submit an audition while you're not at your home studio, it'll work. But if you really want to pursue this, you can still set up a professional studio without going with like the Blue Yeti that plugs right into your computer. You're going to get better sound, better quality, but you can still do it pretty inexpensively. So let me show you what I have and where I got that. All right, guys, let's talk about the equipment first, what we'll need, and then I'll show you how to set it all up and how it all goes together. So you need a condenser mic. This is an MXL V63M condenser studio mic. It sits on a MXL 57 shock mount, and it comes with a pop filter. Now, you don't have to get this specific condenser mic. Somebody on YouTube recommended this to me, something that they use. I picked it up on eBay for pretty inexpensive. I want to say it was like 50 or 60 bucks. You also need some studio headphones. You will need a preamp that powers everything. This is a Behringer preamp. And then you also will need a digital recording interface. This one is the Lexicon Alpha. This basically translates this into your computer so that, because this plugs in, and this basically translates it into a software, which I use a free app called Audacity to record all of my voiceover. This works perfectly fine. Oh, and I also use a phone for my scripts. Before I do this, I have it on just kind of a selfie stick, And this is a teleprompter app that I can just hit play and it'll read up, so I don't have to worry about papers making noise or stuff like that. I want to say this is called Speech My Way. It's just a free teleprompter app on your phone that you can put your scripts on so that you can read it just so you're looking straight ahead and you got a nice clear voice. Okay, so this is where I ran into problems. Is I was watching all these videos and they told me the equipment to get and it stopped there. They didn't tell me actually how to hook it all up. So I'm going to go over that right now. Is once you have all this stuff, what you got to do. And there's a couple other parts you had to buy. Like my condenser mic didn't come with the mic cord I'll show you. I had to buy that extra. I had to buy a new USB to connect my digital interface to my computer. There's a couple extra cords you have to buy on top of that. But let me show you how once you get all that stuff, how it all goes together. Because there's a bunch of holes in some of this stuff, then I didn't know where to put it. Sounds like another kind of issue. All right, let's put this all together. Now, once we have our condenser mic, we're going to attach our shock mount to a mic stand. Mine goes through my whisper booth, but at a minimum, you're going to need something to hold your mic steady if you don't have this portable whisper booth. The shock mount's usually attached to your mic stand, and then you're going to need a male to female microphone cable, which usually will say for a speaker to a PA system. That goes into the bottom of your mic. Then that will go into your Behringer preamp. That's what actually powers your microphone. It goes into mic 1. And then now once you have that plugged into your preamp, you need to make sure your preamp is connected to your digital interface. In order to do that, you need a dual 1/4-inch mono male cable, which that's these two right here, the red and the black. Black goes on top, red goes on the bottom. Took me a minute to figure that one out. And that goes into your main. Or I guess the black goes into the left and the red goes into the right. That's another way to look at it. So once that's plugged into that one, that goes into the back of your interface. Back here. Which goes into black is in line 1 in, red is in line 2 in. Then, in order to connect this to your computer, you need a printer cable that goes from there into one of your USB ports. Once you do that, you download Audacity, which is a free application that you can download onto your computer to record all of your voiceovers. So once your voice goes into here, it transfers from the mic cord into your preamp, into your digital interface, into Audacity. You need to know when you do get into Audacity, make sure that you go into audio setup and recording devices. Make sure you do have that it is going through your Lexicon Alpha digital converter, not your microphone, not your speaker. Make sure that is always checked before you start recording anything. Oh, and I forgot one thing. Your headphones go into your phone jack when you're recording. It just says phones up here. You can see how these are a little bit bigger. Most of your headphones will come with an adaptment to make so that the smaller can go into these bigger slots. So that goes there. Now you're ready to go. I hope that was helpful. I learned a lot of this stuff by watching videos on YouTube, just kind of like you're watching right now. The biggest thing that I found as a challenge was none of it was all in one place. I had to watch multiple videos from multiple different people. But the one thing that was always missing was once you had all the equipment, how to like plug everything in, like what cords go into what outlets, what holes. And I wanted to do a video that kind of incorporates all of that and show you how you can set up a professional voiceover booth without spending $5,000, $10,000. If you got the money, great. Even if you did have it, don't know if I'd recommend you going out and starting and spending all that money right out of the gate anyhow, because this is a very tough industry to get into. Once you get in, get established, you're getting work, then invest in the $5,000 to $10,000 whisper booth. Until that happens, this is a nice, easy way to spend about $500 and be able to submit quality voiceover auditions to pay-to-play sites or to, in my case, my agent. We'll get into pay-to-play sites on a different video, or you can watch another video somewhere else about it. But I wanted to show you how this would all set up, and so you can get started. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know. If this was helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you have anything to add to it, let me know, 'cause I'm always learning too. But thanks again for stopping by, and we'll talk to you soon.